pull out your polling keypads one more time. We've got three questions that we're going to ask. Then Kushan will share what the next steps are, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. All right, everyone got your keypads out. All right. All right, so the first question. So, which statement best describes your experience today in terms of how much you learned? One, I learned a great deal that I did not know before about the history of MCPS and the challenges it faces. Two, I learned a little that I did not know and the issues that need to be discussed. Three, I had trouble understanding the data, and so it's hard to say how much I learned. Four, I'm already pretty familiar with the issues discussed tonight and didn't really learn that much that is new. Five, I am still somewhat skeptical about what was presented today and not clear about what I've learned. So I know we probably could have come up with 7 or 8 or 9 options, but do the best. Which one best fits you? Which one's closest to your point of view? And I'll give you a chance to read through it, because I know I read it very quickly. You can feel free to get a little closer to the screen if you need to. I see some people squinting. Raise your hand if you're still voting. All right, looks like everyone has voted that wants to vote. All right, let's see the results. All right, so 58%, I'm still somewhat skeptical. Followed by 4, I'm already pretty familiar with the issues discussed. Followed by 14%, I learned a little that I did not know. And then we had single digits for number 1 and number 3. Great, thank you. Next question. At this point, which statement best summarizes your view of the boundary analysis MCPS is undertaking? 1, this is an important effort that we need in order to look at ways to improve Montgomery County schools. 2, this boundary analysis has pros and cons and we need to be careful as we move forward. 3, I'm not sure what I think and want to continue to learn more. 4, I am skeptical about this process and wonder whether it needs to be done at this time. Again, do the best to answer the one that best fits or closest fits your own perspective. All right, everyone have a chance to vote. Raise your hand if you have not. All right, let's see the results. All right, almost 2/3 skeptical. 18%, this is an important effort. 14%, it has its pros and cons, we need to be careful. 2%, I'm not sure. All right, and then one final question, or actually, again, it's a statement. And this is like we did in the earlier round of polling. It's your level of agreement with this statement. And again, 1 is don't agree at all, 10 is fully agree, and 10 is pressing 0. So the statement is, I have felt heard today and I've had a chance to express my views, hopes, and concerns. So where do you fit on the scale of 1 to 10? One is I don't agree at all. 10 is fully agree.
1.
All right, everyone had a chance to vote?
Not yet.
Still voting, okay.
Yeah, still voting.
I'm gonna hold it open for about 10 more seconds. All right, now has everyone had a chance to vote? Raise your hand if you have not. All right, let's see the results. All right, so 55% are at 1, and then we have a range of 1% to 10% on the rest of them. 10 fully agree is at 10%, 5 has 9%. So a real range, but the highest obviously number 1.
Not really a range.
All right, great, that's really important for us to know. I'm gonna turn it over to Kushan to share next steps, and then we're gonna open it up for Q&A.
Can I grab those
So
keypads
really
from you?
quickly before we kind of jump into
Thank you.
Q&A,
Appreciate it.
again, sort of, we just want to make sure that all
Thank you
this
so much.
feedback will be sort of compiled as part of an engagement summary, which will again complement our data analysis summary. And at the end of the day, these sort of two things will really serve as a critical resource for the board to inform any future boundaries. Again, I'm going to reiterate, the feedback that we've heard today will be part of our engagement summary, sort of the analysis, the range of analysis that we'll conduct will be part of our analysis summary, and together that will sort of form a report that will serve as a critical resource for the board to look at any sort of future boundary studies based on metrics tied to education facility planning policy. Again, the study will not make recommendation on any potential boundary revisions. In terms of all the feedback that we have collected today, in terms of questions that we have been collecting today, we'll be consolidating that and address today's questions through MCPS's boundary analysis website, and you can look at the link at the sort of the third bullet point. In terms of online inputs, there is a digital version of this presentation available on the same boundary analysis website. There are worksheets similar to the ones that you have filled here. So if you have additional inputs for us, please go online and share that with us. Again, this was the fifth. Northwest was the fifth meeting. We still have one more left at Walter Johnson, which will be on Thursday, on January 23rd at 7 p.m. And then there will be additional engagement and outreach activities as part of phase 2. With that, I'd like